Hi Year 7, in this video we're looking at what happens to your raw data and how we process it and then get it ready so that you can make your analysis and interpretation of it. Okay, so you should have your data recorded somewhere, and hopefully you made a table before you got started so you filled it in. So if you go into your template, and here I am in Word, what I'm going to do is when we do this, I'm going to go to Insert, Table. Now I know that I had a variable. I did 3 trials and an average, and then I did 1, 2, 3. So there's my table there. I'm going to go like the so for some people it was surface type or whatever. I'm going to use the exploring friction original experiment. So for my class they did it with low, medium and high ramp, and so that they use that as their independent variable. So ramp angle, and they had trial. It would help if I could type trial 1, trial 2, trial 3 and average. And then they had low, medium, high, and then they put their data in. So that's how you can set it up in your Word document. See how it's got this table 1 line? What that's telling you is that conventionally when you put a table into a report, so what we're doing with a scientific student experiment, is that you caption it. So, and you put your caption for tables on the top. So table top, you put your caption on the top. I can't stress that enough. So you right click on the table, insert caption, table 1, see, look, and it says above selected item. There we go, results collected from experiment. Experiment. Full stop, and that's my caption now that's gone there. So I'm going to put those points in, and then and pause the video, and then we'll come back and help you with the other stuff. So I've put those data points in. I've just made a little note here that all measurements are recorded in centimeters, so that I'm conveying that to my reader. I'm just going to make those all centered so it's all a bit, formatted. There we go. And now I have average, so you might even highlight those so that they're a slightly different color, because that's the data that you're going to be using. You also want to include how you collected your data, how you calculated your average. So average calculation example. So I'm just typing this in. What I'm going to do is go to insert. I'm just going to move me a little bit, and we're going to go to insert. Why does it want to give an equation? Nope. Give me a moment. Okay, fixed. So we're going to go to up here and click equation. Oh, hopefully it works. Let's do that again. Equation. There we are. And we're going to write in average. And remember how we've been talking about FSA, so formula, substitute, answer. So we're going to write our formula for that. So sum of all these scores or trials, putting that in bracket, and then divide by the number of trials. Now what you can do is you can just copy that, Control C and Control V. So I'm actually pressing the Control button and the C button at the same time, and then letting go, and then Control V, letting go, just so if anyone's wondering, it's copy and paste and shortcut, that's all. And then instead of the sum of the trials, now I'm going to substitute. So it's going to be, just do the first one, 325 plus 312 plus 320, and the number of trials I have is 3. And then the average is going to be, so I just press Alt Enter, average equals 319 centimeters unit. So average calculation example for using low angle ramp data. It's just so that you're explaining what you're doing, and you don't have to show this for all 3 averages, but you can just show for one. And the reason why is in a moment. So that's what you should have in your report. And then you should have a graphical representation. Yes, you could sit here and plot it on here. I'm going to do another video on that next, and how to use Excel to do so. So let's pause. So what we're looking for when you put your data into your report is this section here. So we're looking for these tiers. So have you collected insufficient or irrelevant data? Have you collected data that's relevant, or have you collected sufficient and relevant data? So that's what we're looking for. Is your data, is there enough of it? And is it actually appropriate for your research question? So that's what we're looking for when it comes to that stuff. The next one that we want to look at here is the algorithm stuff. So an algorithm is just a process that you follow until you complete it. The algorithm that we're using is averages. So there's your application of algorithm. So you might just be like, yep, I've put in my average. You might have adequate application, which is your FSA, and you might have you've done them correctly, but your appropriate application is that you're showing your FSA here. In the next video, as I said, we're going to look at visual and graphical representations and using the appropriate application and correct and relevant, basic, incorrect. So we'll delve into that a little bit more in the next video. Okay. Good luck. Pause, stop, rewind, rewatch. Good luck.